I cut all my hair off. I'm not scared of that. I got my tattoos. I tattooed the side of my head. Um, I'm not afraid to mix up my style with masculine and feminine vibes. Yeah, I just feel like I'm just not your normal, what society would consider normal.
Nique The N Voice checking in live and direct. You are tuned into SongLab Live, and today we have the biggest, the best for you. Big Baely is in the house. Let the people know who you are.
Big Baely. I am a creator. I'm a writer, songwriter, singer. I'm a rule breaker a little bit.
Okay.
I'm a black sheep.
Okay.
I mean, that's basically who I am.
Are you a Boston fan?
No, it's just got a beat on it.
Well, sir, I'm Boston, so yes. I'm gonna ask it again. Are you a Boston fan?
Hell,
Hey. Ish.
for you, yes.
Okay. Good answer. Okay, black sheep.
Yeah.
Let's dive into that
Yeah.
immediately. Why do you feel like you're a black sheep?
Because I just never really, I don't think I'll ever fit in with like societal norms.
Okay.
I always just kind of did my own thing, I was the only child for a little while, for like 9 years of my life. And I just had to like do my own thing. I was like around adults all the time. I just did my own thing all the time when it came to style. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little different. I cut all my hair off. I'm not scared of that. I got my tattoos. I tattooed the side of my head. I'm not afraid to mix up my style with masculine and feminine vibes. Yeah, I just feel like I'm just not your normal, what society would consider normal. And I'm okay with that. I like being different. For a long time, it was just like, do I need to fit in? And then I was like, nah, this doesn't feel good. Like, I need to just do what feels good. And I like being weird. I'm not a weirdo, but I'm weird. The good kind of weird.
Kind of made that transition, or that realization came to you that you don't have to fit in to make it or be cool?
It comes in waves, honestly. Like, for me, it came in waves, I'll say. Like, as a kid, I just did me. You know what I mean? Like, I loved to wear dresses and skirts, but I was also in the field playing football with the boys and playing basketball and talking junk to the boys, and then, as I started to get into music, I felt like I had a lot more influences in my life. I was young, so I'm listening to other people. And I think that's more so when I started to realize, like, I don't want to do what y'all want to do. Like,
Right.
I don't, and I feel like that was kind of recent, honestly. Like, all these years, it just took me some time to just be like, there's a reason why the love for the music is changing right now. Why don't I love it the same? And it's because I just had to get to being me. Like, I had to get back to like just doing things my way, doing things the way I wanted them to be done,
Yeah.
So
Let's take a couple steps back, because you said at this point, at a more recent point, you realized that you weren't loving it as much. Let's talk about the origin story. Like, who is Baely the artist? How did that come to be?
Well, I would definitely say one of my biggest influences is my dad, for sure. My dad was a singer, songwriter as well. And I just remember seeing my dad do the coolest stuff. I'd be in the studio with him at a very, very young age. I'm pretty sure I have like photos. I'll have to send those to you. Of me in the studio with my dad. Even in Germany, I was born in Germany. My dad was in the military.
Yeah, I was born in Germany. My parents were both
Me? Oh my God, that's so crazy. Where? We're in
Stuttgart.
Okay, I was born in Bad Kreuznach.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I'm glad I wasn't born there, because I wouldn't know how to say that.
BK, yeah, German BK. That's crazy. We really plans. That's crazy. This is wild. This is too crazy.
Okay, we don't jump into it. Okay, so your dad's in the studio.
Yeah.
Originally born in Germany.
Yes.
Talk to me about the journey.
Yeah. So, my dad was deep into the music. also he was in the military at the same time. So by the time we moved to the States, first state I ever moved to from Germany was Texas.
Okay.
I just remember my dad performing a lot more there. My dad being on the radio. I got to see all these things, and it was like the coolest thing ever, seeing my dad on stage, like fans reaching out to him. My dad's name is Greg Baely, by the way. I don't know. I'm sure he's on the internet somewhere. But yeah, it was just really cool seeing all those fans like reach out to him, and like people singing his songs and things like that. And I was like, dang, my dad is so cool. Like I would tell my dad, I would tell people, my dad's famous. My dad's on the radio. My dad does concerts, and he's a singer, and I would just brag about my dad a lot. But in my household, my parents, they listened to really good music. My parents were really young when they had me. So I grew up listening to, like, my dad was more hip hop and R&B soul influenced, right? And my mom was pop.
Okay.
My mom is the biggest Madonna and Prince fan. Yes, the biggest fans of them. I'm telling you, she loves them so much. So I would hear them a lot. Even like she introduced me to like Cyndi Lauper, and I got to know a lot of like rock bands and things like that. My mom was really big into that. My dad was more, I remember listening to Wu-Tang with my dad, and Junior Mafia, a lot of Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans. Those stuck out to me the most. Even Michael Jackson. I'm a huge fan of Michael Jackson. Like, I really got to dive into harmonies with him. Jodeci is, they're, one of my biggest mentors, I would say, is Jodeci. They taught me how to harmonize, along with my dad too. But like, yeah, so much influence within my household, music wise. And so yeah, I would definitely say it started with my dad. Seeing my dad do his thing.
So how old were you when you first decided, like, I'm gonna be an artist?
I
Side of the shower.
Yeah. All right,
Because if
you already knew that was coming.
no.
Definitely, I still do those. I think that second grade was,
Wow.
yeah, second grade, I did a talent show.
Okay.
And I just remember I did the national anthem. I was first. So did the national anthem, and I just remember my parents really going all in for me. And this is a big thing for my dad too, because he was like, my baby wants to sing. So I got this, I will never forget it. It was a black and white dress, ball gown dress, had a bow right here, sash. My mom curled my hair and put this pretty little clip in my hair with these rhinestones in it. I had like my pearl necklaces and bracelets. I had these long gloves on my hands. And I just remember I was so nervous, but I sang it, and I looked at my parents, and I just kept my eyes there. And afterwards, everybody clapped, and I was like, you guys liked it. I had flowers. People were giving me flowers, and I won the talent show. Yeah.
It's about an origin story, but
Yeah, that's where I was like, I want to do this forever. I want to always be on stage.
I love that. I love that for us.
Yeah.
Do you get blessed with your creativity? Talk to me a little bit about where you are in your journey now, with the realization of who Big Baely is and how she shows up for herself through music every single day.
Man, I feel like this is the coolest part of my career right now, is really getting back to myself, is finding a team that really understands me and really does support me and understands the vision and is driven. Um, I mean, can I cuss?
You could do what you
They're on my ass so hard every day, like on me. And I needed that. I needed that so much. I prayed for that. So I just feel like God is really answering my prayers a lot. I'm really happy to get back into therapy and learning things about myself, and like digging up the things that I didn't know was there, and like learning about it. I mean, that goes a lot into my music. Like, this is helping me so much. And I may not be like famous and like millions of dollars, but you know what? Like this right now, facts. Yet. But I think I am rich. I'm rich.
Abundant.
I am so abundant right now. Like, with right now is important to me. Right now, being able to walk in a grocery store and buy what I want freely,
Right.
and know what I got in the vault at home.
Right.
Like, just, it's a blessing to just go outside and like not have to worry about like paparazzi yet, things like that. And be safe within my community and my tribe. I'm in a new state, in a new city.
Yeah.
Everyone's, I feel like they've really taken to me very well, and I love it here. The artists here, the creatives here are wonderful. Thank you for bringing me here and inviting me here. It means a lot to me.
Well, she did come with the Secret Service, just so everybody is clear. The team is strong.
Yeah.
So this is not one that you want to mess with at all. But let's go back because May is mental health. Did it come out? Okay. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So talk to me a little bit about how you even got to the point of therapy, and because there's a lot of stigma within our community about therapy, just mental health in general. So what got you to that point where you're like, I'm gonna do this for me?
You know, it is for me, and my relationships and my life are important to me. So it's not that I'm doing this for the relationships in my life. It's the fact that my relationships are important to me. And so this is why I have to do this for me. It's important that, it's important to me that I found a therapist that understood, how to talk to someone with ADHD. This is something that affects my life badly. There's a lot of jokes on it because it is kind of funny. There's some funny things that come with ADHD. But there are some things that people may not understand that are really hard.
It can be debilitating.
It absolutely can be, and it can affect your relationships. And I was like, yo, I need to really talk to someone about this. I really need to talk to someone that can guide me in the right direction on how to deal with this and how to just keep the relationships in my life front and center. Because I find that dealing with ADHD, we think about all these other things. And we're like, wait. The people that are really important in your life, you need to keep those relationships up. And so finding balance was very important to me, especially as a Libra. I need the balance in my life. Yeah.
Twin.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is weird. This is a very surreal space for me because, and I'm just gonna share a little bit. Doing stand-up is on my bucket list. So I actually started writing stand-up, and it's titled The Way My ADHD is Set Up. Okay. Because the way my ADHD is set up, you may or may not get a text back from me. Doesn't mean that that I didn't think about it.
Oh my God.
Later, talk to me about how you manage outside of your team, like deciding what are you gonna do for the day as an artist,
Okay, wait. Bring it back for me one time. That question. Give me the question one more time.
as an artist with ADHD. Talk to me about how you manage your day to day
All right. So
outside of your team.
well,
Because they're on your ass.
I'm working on not looking at my phone before I wake up.
Okay.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard because the first thing I think of is like how I can be better and who I need to make sure I follow up with. And like, I think about all these things at one time as soon as I wake up. So I know, okay, I have to bring it up. My team definitely is on my ass about it. And they're like, you need to just take time for yourself. So I find that waking up in the morning, saying a prayer, I like to pray either outside, somewhere with some sunlight, or just in the shower is great too, because there's no way I can bring my phone in there. Getting a stretch in, going to the gym is great. Doing these things help me to kind of like decompress before I get my day in. Moving my body especially, that's been super, super helpful. Doing some vocal warm-ups, getting into like what I know I need to like, what brings me joy, and that's singing and exercising my voice, exercising my body, thinking about my lungs, just thinking about different things instead of like what's in my phone.
Right.
So like, how are you breathing right now?
Right.
How does this feel when you stretch? like paying attention to certain muscles that may be weakened or maybe stronger in one area. Like all these things are super helpful to me personally in my day-to-day.
The day-to-day, the music. Who have you collaborated with so far?
Oh, I've collaborated out here in Arizona.
Just in general.
And I've collaborated with Kyrie, the real Kyrie.
Okay.
I've yeah.
Shout out.
I definitely am going to be working on some collaborations with Nove.
Okay.
Nove the Zona. Shoot, I've got some collaborations going with gonna be working with Nique. I don't know if you know who Nique is. In apostrophe or not in apostrophe in exclamation point C. He's amazing. Yeah, he's got this viral song called Tea Leaves out.
Okay.
Really dope. He's amazing. He's from my hometown, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
So it's really cool that we met each other here in Phoenix. I've collaborated with a few artists out in Denver. Shout out to Trev Rich. Shout out to Danae Simone. I mean, there's tons of other artists that I really want to collaborate with as well. So,
do you have a list?
Oh, I got a list. I'm always making a list. Definitely making a list. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, Nique, Nova Zona. Shoot, God, there's like there's so many artists that just keep popping up. I really love that girl Samarison.
Yes.
Big fan of hers. I think she's incredible.
Did you meet her when she was here?
I didn't get to meet her. Let me tell you, her line, that thing was wrapped around the building.
Yeah.
But it was, I love her so much because before I moved out here, I discovered her because I was looking at artists out here. I was trying to do my research before I came out here. And I saw her and I was like, that's what Arizona working with. She's
smoking, huh?
Amazing. Then by the time I moved out here, of course, she was already in LA. She was gone. But I just thought that was so inspiring. And I was super proud of her when I heard that she was on tour and then she came out here. I was like, oh my God, this is a big moment for her. Like, she used to live here and like, she's got a sold out show. This is really cool. So shout out to her. I definitely want to collaborate with her one of these days. I love Timbaland. Man, one of my favorite producers. I got to meet him here in Arizona and Phoenix. Full of opportunities here, I'm telling you. Pharrell, Missy Elliott. Man, these are,
I get into this thing.
Okay, every day I do. I think about it and I'm like, oh, they would like this. Oh, this is one of them rocks right here. Like, I could hear Pharrell in this a little bit.
Save some open verses and just start submitting it.
Honestly,
it might be the way to go. Talk to me about what your big moment, you described, Samara, obviously, being from here, coming back on her tour. What does that big moment look like for you?
Oh, you know what? I had a couple of them a couple years ago. I've been here in Arizona for 1.5 years now. Okay. Before I left Arizona, I lived in Denver, Colorado for a long time. And I think the biggest moments that I had a few, man. One of them was I performed at a halftime show. It was a sold out game, Nuggets game. Okay. And my homie Trev Rich, we both had a song on the radio, and he invited me to play or to sing this song at his halftime show. I thought that was really cool. Like, that was so nice of him. He didn't have to have me on that. Like, that was his set, and he invited me, and I will never forget that. Another one was 420. Listen, when I got this invite, because I had always wanted to perform at the 420 Fest in Denver, Colorado, which is huge. It's at Civic Center Park. It's the biggest park downtown Denver. And I didn't believe it when they first reached out to me. I was like, okay, we're gonna get ready for this. But I don't know. This doesn't seem, why would they choose me? And then they dropped the flyer, and then they dropped the magazines and Westward magazine, and I had this huge spread.
See my goosebumps.
Yo, it was see my goosebumps. It was crazy.
This is like the 14th time that we give me goosebumps since we started talking, but I haven't acknowledged them. So I acknowledge it.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It was crazy. So I still didn't know how big this show was, and then we pulled up, and it was 30,000 people there. It was 30,000 people strong there, and I met Lil Jon. And I met Big Boi and from Outkast, and I met Talib Kweli. Like,
what?
I was back there with these people that It was crazy. I was having conversations with them, and there was like media and press there, and they were just like grabbing me all different places, and they were just so excited to see me, and they knew my name, and they were just. And then I had fans that I got off the stage. I remember being in front of that stage, and I was like, what the heck? There's so many people here. I'm gonna give it my all. Did that, got off stage. I said, I wanna say hi to y'all. I wanna hug y'all. I went down there and I experienced my first hair grab.
Oh my.
Those like, oh, I love y'all so much. It was great.
Okay, but now we know boundaries, right?
Yeah. Now
The Secret Service is in the house.
my hair's cut off, so good luck. I don't have hair anymore, so.
So you still got clothes. You got to protect
Yeah.
the temple.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Then it happened again. Can you believe that?
Twice?
I got to perform in front of 30,000 people again the next month.
Wow.
Shout out to the Drop 303 for real. Like, they were so supportive of me. They're another radio station out there. They play all my music all the time. They're so supportive, and they allowed me to. They invited me to come and open up for the second annual block party out there, and I opened for Busta Rhymes. Surreal, yo. It was crazy. Best performance I ever had, for real. And I left Denver on that note.
You know, I'm not speechless. So for me, I'm sitting here like, that's amazing.
Fire.
And now let's talk about June 26th. Well, we on a press run right now. Okay. So tell me what is going down June 26th here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh my God, June 26th, I'm gonna be opening for Akeem Ali. Yeah, I'm super excited to open for him. We're gonna be at the Rebel Lounge in Phoenix, June 26th. So
That's downtown.
Downtown, yeah. If you know Akeem Ali, this man is just like, they call him Casanova.
Okay.
Kimi Casanova. He's just so smooth, so player. Like, he's just like a groovy dude, you know? And I'm honored to have this opportunity to share the stage with him, because I feel like our music is different enough, but the vibe is similar.
Okay.
It's gonna go hand in hand. I feel like if you're a fan of Akeem Ali, I really do believe that you're gonna enjoy my set, for real. Like,
Well, I would say when you are sharing stages with Busta Rhymes, Talib Kweli, like, there is literally no bounds for this woman. And I really want you to acknowledge that. What you've already done and what is to come. Like, you are famous. Because you said it earlier, but I love how everybody's modest when they sit next to me. Like, if you don't hide your shit, you don't hide your shit.
you know what I think it is I always think about how, like, everything is temporary. And so I do live in the moment, but I don't like to get too caught up in all the glittery stuff. I acknowledge it. I'm thankful for it. But I just know all that's not promised. You cannot you can't get hung up on it, because when you get hung up on it, when you get too attached to it, when it's gone, who are you? And I want to always remember who I am. So I bring myself back to earth. I bring myself back to center.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, that was dope. All right. Remember who you are, though. Remember where you came from.
Yeah.
Like, I can hear my ancestors telling me that. Like, hey, remember, you have a purpose and you need to focus on your purpose. So, purpose.
Also,
Yeah.
did the work to get there.
Yeah, that's true.
So part of gratitude is acknowledging that, and like you said, relishing in those moments, being present for those moments. And as a person with ADHD, I know how hard it could be to let them go, to be present, but also, you know, not be thinking of all the 50,000 other things that you could be doing.
Yeah.
So June 26th, are we performing any new tracks?
Absolutely.
Might be a single out right now. If you don't shamelessly plug some shit.
Yes, I just dropped a new single along with a brand new music video to my song Issues. Spelled just like it sound. ISSUES.
Visuals.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, because honestly, I think that is when you first came up on my radar.
Oh, that's cool.
It was like some BTS, because I know the head of the Secret Service. We go way back.
Okay.
we rubbed elbows in some shared spaces previously last year, but I saw that she posted some BTS. And I'm like, who is this? And then the visuals and the voice, like, talk to me about making that project, because I feel like that probably is right now for you. That's your baby.
Yes,
Am I wrong?
it is. It's my baby.
I know that.
I'm so happy that you're asking me these questions. Like, thank you for allowing me to talk about my project and how I created this.
Why are you here? Boo?
Yo, it just makes me so happy because, like, I think the process is so personal to me. Man, okay, we gonna start from the beginning if that's okay with
Let's
you.
do it. And you've already made me cry a couple times, so I'm gonna try to hold it together. But let's hop in the DeLorean. Let's go back. Come on.
All right, so I moved from Denver. I had to get out of Denver. I was experiencing a lot of seasonal depression, and I was like, I have to go. I have to get out of here. So I was gonna move to Atlanta, and I was like, yeah, I'm going back to the South. Like, I'm from North Carolina. Like, I'm gonna go back to the South. I'm going to Atlanta. Atlanta just wouldn't let me move there. I just had to submit application after application after application, and I just wasn't getting accepted nowhere. And I was like, what is going on? And then boom, Phoenix. Like, I promise you, God just be giving me, like, just be sending messages my way. And because my line of communication to God is always wide open, I'm always receiving everything that God drops on me. I really feel like I heard God loud and clear. And I was like, Phoenix, yeah, Phoenix, Phoenix. Oh, what's going on in Phoenix? Like, we got you know, the Southwest Alliance out there, and, like, there's mad DJs out there, and they be showing me love. That I'm already on the radio station out there. Phoenix. So I'm asking people, you ever been to Phoenix? You ever been Nobody ever said anything bad about Phoenix. Everyone that's ever went, they were like, I love Phoenix.
Right.
It's really hot out there, but that's the only thing that they could say bad about Phoenix is the heat. But everything else was so positive. I'd never been here before. Never visited. I didn't know what was out here. I you know, my best friend and manager, I called her up, I said, how do you feel about Phoenix? She was like, yeah, let's go. She's down for whatever. She's like,
I love
shout out to
for
Kay.
you.
She's like, I'm down for whatever. Like, wherever you go, I'm going. So I said, we're going to Phoenix. So I put in my application. I get an apartment. I've never been to the apartment, never seen the apartment. I go out there with 3 bags. I left everything in Denver, everything. I had a condo out there. I left it all. I left all my furniture in there. I packed 3 full bags, as much as I could, and I came out here. I moved into my place, and I was like, damn, I really did just do this. I don't have toilet paper. I don't have paper towels. I don't have salt and pepper. I don't have a curtain shower, like the curtain or the shower. I don't have a bed. I don't got a couch. I have nothing in this apartment right now. I had to go to Walmart and get some soap, and I had to get something to put the soap on, or a rag, you know what I mean? I had to get all these things.
Start over.
Start over. I sold my condo. My mission still is the mission, but my mission was to get creative out here and start a fan base out here and really connect with my fan base out here, because I have a fan base out here, but I wanted to connect. Connection is very important to me. That's a part of our purpose as being humans, is to connect, right? So I ended up buying my studio. I bought everything for it after I sold my apartment or my condo. I bought everything for it. And I was like, this right here is all I ever needed. I needed this. I needed to be able to wake up at any time and create. I needed to be able to just create whenever I wanted to, not set a date for studio time, not set a time.
Right.
Put all my money investment into my studio. That's it. And once I got my studio up, I had so much to talk about. Like, I had been through so many breakups in my life at this point, like friendship breakups, business breakups, relationship breakups. There was so much I was going through, and I was just like, I need to talk about this, but I don't want to post it on the internet. Like, so my homie Kendricks sent me a big pack of beats, and I just went to town and I just started to talk about myself. I didn't even know I was going to get here with my project, but every single song was so intentional.
Yeah.
And I put every single, like, all of me into every single song. I'm about to get emotional right now.
My goosies are back. Like a lot.
Dude, I put my entire soul into each and every single one of my songs. And I got to really talk about who I am. And I feel like, there were some things I wanted to clarify about myself. And I wanted to show even the ugly.
Yeah.
Because we don't talk about that side on the internet. We don't talk about the things that we need to fix, the things that we have problems with, we have issues, you know what I mean? We don't get to talk about that. And I wanted to put it all out there. And I finally got to do that with my music. Just being in my own space and being able to record myself, it meant a lot to me. And then, I met Tony out here, got to share my music with her, and she was like, yo, this is like really good. This is good.
And I know. She knows. She ain't just gonna tell you that to, you know what I'm saying?
it just felt good because I really got to, like, my project is, I'm telling you who Baely is.
Yeah.
If you don't know who I am after listening to my project, you will know. You will know who I am. You will know what I'm not going for. You will know what I got problems with. You will know the things that, like, maybe I might not like about myself.
Right.
You will know everything about me from start to finish. And I'm really, really excited about that. I'm really excited to tell people my story, my way, because, people are going to have their own stories, and just based off of who they see.
Perception.
Yeah, on the internet, and that's fair. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to have your opinions, but I'm really grateful that the brand work is in motion right now, so that way the brand is going to connect with the music, and I'm finally going to be able to tell people who I am, and legacy is so important to me. If I don't make it out of here tomorrow, I'm gonna leave something very important behind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave a legacy behind, and that's all I wanna do.
Okay. I don't even know right now. Like, I really don't even have any words because thank you, first of all. So much gratitude for just you being so transparent and so vulnerable and sharing. And music is therapy.
Mhm.
Music obviously is an outlet. We're gonna close out, but I want to know what you would tell a younger you, and then shamelessly plug everything that you got going on.
I would tell my younger me, trust yourself. Listen to yourself. Your gut feeling is real. Everything that you feel, listen to that. That's what I tell myself. Trust yourself. There's a connection to ourselves straight from God. And when we trust ourselves, we can't be led wrong. Trust yourself.
I love it. Okay, how do we get a hold of you? Shamelessly plug everything. How do we buy the album? Where do we see the video? Where we get tickets?
Yes. So definitely follow me on my Instagram, Big Baely, B-I-G, Big Baely, on Instagram, on everywhere, honestly. You can find me on TikTok, you can find me on YouTube, you can find me on wherever, Facebook, Twitter, Big Baely. BaileyMusic.com is my website.
Okay.
If you ever need tickets, you can always go there. If you're ever wondering where I'm gonna be, where my shows are, Baely Music, Baely music.com is where you can find all my shows, all of my music. I do sneak peeks there sometimes. You'll be able to hear snippets of my music. My team, you can always reach out to them for collaborations. I definitely want y'all to tap that email and the link in my bio. My music, my song Issues is out on all platforms. YouTube, definitely go check out that music video.
Yo,
It's so good. Yeah, and I had so much fun creating it. So check that out. Definitely if you listen to Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, I'm on SoundCloud, I'm on Reverb Nation, wherever you can imagine that you listen to music, I'm there. You can find me there. Yes, absolutely. And then I need you to come to the show. Come pull up to the show because I really am going to treat the show as like a private listening party. For everybody that comes there, you're going to get to hear the majority of my EP that's dropping this year. And I'm excited. The set is fire.
Can't wait.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nique The N Voice checking in live and direct from SongLab Live. If you are an artist and you would like to share your story, hit us up in the DM. We have everything that you need here, full production. And you know what we do? We are helping artists fill the gaps with collaboration and education.